Batsmen who made history. A look at the best individual Test cricket scores by year 1986 to 1995. Year 1986 top 5 individual highest Test runs are: Number 5 Sunil Gavaskar 176, India vs Sri Lanka. Number 4 Graham Gooch 183, England vs New Zealand. Number 3 Mike Gatting 183 not out, England vs India. Number 2 Mohammad Azharuddin 199, India vs Sri Lanka. Number 1 Dean Jones 210, Australia vs India. Year 1987 top 5 individual highest Test runs are: Number 5 Dean Jones 184 not out, Australia vs England. Number 4 Brendan Kurupu 201 not out, Sri Lanka vs New Zealand. Number 3 Alan Border 205, Australia vs New Zealand. Number 2 Gordon Greenish 213, West Indies vs New Zealand. Number 1 Javed Miandad 260, Pakistan vs England. Year 1988 top 5 individual highest Test runs are: Number 5 Martin Crowe, New Zealand vs England. Number 4 Viv Richards 146, West Indies vs Australia. Number 3 Graham Gooch 146, England vs West Indies. Number 2 David Boone 184 not out, Australia vs England. Number 1 Javed Miandad 211, Pakistan vs Australia. Year 1989 top 5 individual highest Test runs are: Number 5 Shoaib Mohammad -203 not out, Pakistan vs India. Number 4 Dean Jones 216, Australia vs West Indies. Number 3 Sanjay Manjrekar 218, India vs Pakistan. Number 2 Mark Taylor 219, Australia vs England. Number 1 Javed Miandad 271, Pakistan vs New Zealand. Year 1990 top 5 individual highest Test runs are: Number 5 John Wright -185, New Zealand vs India. Number 4 Ravi Shastri 187, India vs England. Number 3 Mohammad Azharuddin 192, India vs New Zealand. Number 2 Shoaib Mohammad 203 not out, Pakistan vs New Zealand. Number 1 Graham Gooch 333, England vs India. Year 1991 top 5 individual highest Test runs are: Number 5 Richie Richardson -182, West Indies vs Australia. Number 4 Andrew Jones 186, New Zealand vs Sri Lanka. Number 3 Gordon Greenish 226, West Indies vs Australia. Number 2 Arvinda De Silva 267, Sri Lanka vs New Zealand. Number 1 Martin Crowe 299, New Zealand vs Sri Lanka. Year 1990 to top 5 individual highest Test runs are: Number 5 Andrew Hudson -163, South Africa vs West Indies. Number 4 Salim Malik 165, Pakistan vs England. Number 3 Alec Stewart 190, England vs Pakistan. Number 2 Amar Sohail 205, Pakistan vs England. Number 1 Ravi Shastri 206, India vs Australia. Year 1993 top 5 individual highest Test runs are: Number 5 Mohammad Azharuddin -182, India vs England. Number 4 Alan Border 200 not out, Australia vs England. Number 3 Vinod Kambli 224, India vs England. Number 2 Vinod Kambli 227, India vs Zimbabwe. Number 1 Brian Lara 277, West Indies vs Australia. Year 1994 top 5 individual highest Test runs are: Number 5 Sachin Tendulkar -179, India vs West Indies. Number 4 Graham Gooch 210, England vs New Zealand. Number 3 Salim Malik 237, Pakistan vs Australia. Number 2 Dave Houghton 266, Zimbabwe vs Sri Lanka. Number 1 Brian Lara 375, West Indies vs England. Year 1995 top 5 individual highest Test runs are: Number 5 Brian Lara 179, West Indies vs England. Number 4 Mike Atherton 185 not out, England vs South Africa. Number 3 Steve Waugh 200, Australia vs West Indies. Number 2 Grant Flower 201 not out, Zimbabwe vs Pakistan. Number 1 Michael Slater 219, Australia vs Sri Lanka. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.